Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to cut. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Thursday, the 18th of September. I thought I'd give you an update on what's been going on as far as my health and the fishing is concerned. But before I do that, I'd like to thank every single one of you for all the kind messages you've sent me. I do appreciate it. It really is. I was really overwhelmed with all those messages. You know, I mean, because you only know me through my fishing videos. So, I really do appreciate that. It's helped a great deal. Thanks very much. So, right, on to the... and also, before I carry on, thank you very much for sticking with me as well, because I don't think I've lost any subscribers. I might have lost one or two, but that might be the YouTube algorithms, which they do that sometimes. If you don't put a video up for so long, you tend to... I don't know, I don't understand it all, but anyway, basically most of you have stayed with me, and I do appreciate that, because I haven't been putting any fishing videos up for some time now. But right, on to these other matters now. There's a bit of good news and a bit of bad news. Well, not bad news, but a bit of good news and a bit of not so good news. Let's do the not so good news first. I've just recently had the results from my bone scan, and it's showing that I've got a little bit of the prostate cancer, a couple of bits of it apparently, in my right rib showing up, which you know, is unfortunate. So I basically got my prostate, my left kidney and my right rib all affected by this, but the good news is they're really on it, and my PSA levels have dropped since I started having this injection, which is really good. That was a bit of good news anyway. So that was something anyway. So basically what's going to happen now, I'm going to continue taking these having these injections every 4 weeks. It's Degalirix is what it's called, and I'm having them every 4 weeks. I just had my second lot last Friday. It really around your stomach area, really makes it red and sore, but I'm getting used to it now, and there are some side effects from it. One of them is fatigue and tiredness, which always seems to come on around midday or 1 o'clock-ish. I feel tired now actually, but it's just a symptom of it. Hot flushes, I get a few of those, and a bit of aching in my muscles, especially around here and here. Nothing too much, you know. You can live with it easy enough, but I'll just take some paracetamol, and that really does help. So that's that side of it. And I've got to have radiotherapy on my prostate, but that won't be for some time yet, probably another three months I think he said, because I had to go to Worthing Hospital yesterday just to see the consultant. And then I've also got to have a radiotherapy on my rib. So there's a lot to take in here, and he was coming out with so much stuff. I was in there for about half an hour, and he was coming out with all this stuff, different tablets I'm going to have to take, because basically it's a case of taking these different tablets and scans. That's what a lot of it is. And I said to him, blimey mate, I can't remember all this lot. He wrote some of it down, so I remembered all the main stuff, and the rest of it, all of it I'll get in a letter. So I shall give that a good read when I get back. I've got books and everything all on it. But that was good news about the PSA, so he said that's really good. The injections are working. That shows the injections that I'm having every 4 weeks are working. And I've got to continue having those, well, indefinitely at the moment. Whether I will stop having them, I don't know, but at the moment it's indefinitely every 4 weeks. And he also said something about going to Preston Park, I think it's Preston Park Cancer Care or Cancer Unit or Clinic or something, but this isn't definite, to do some, I don't know if it's something to do with some trial they're coming out with called Stampede. Anyway, he came out with so much stuff. He was rattling on there about all the stuff, you know, and I couldn't take it all in really, to be honest, but I remember most of it. And that Preston Park thing, I think, is something to do with I've got to go there 5 days a week for a month, Monday to Friday for a month. Well, I don't quite know what it is I'm doing, but I'll find out when I get there anyway. And next Wednesday I've got to go to Worthing Hospital and have a flow test, which is, I think it's basically weeing into this machine, and then after that they'll take a scan of my bladder area. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. And I thought I'd tell you because, so you know why I'm not fishing, why I haven't been fishing. But another bit of good news is that I feel absolutely fine. I really do. I don't feel hardly any different really to when I was fishing last. But I haven't gone simply because I wanted to get an e-bike, and I've got one. But I can't. I was going to show it to you, but I can't show it to you now because unfortunately there's a small issue with one of the batteries. It's a dual battery e-bike, and there's a small issue. Well, we're not sure if it's a small issue or not, but they're looking at it. I've had to take it back down where I got it from, down at Bike Boom, down by the Shoreham Port. Really good place down there for bikes, really recommend it. Anyway, I took it back and he said, okay mate, it could be a welding job or something like that, because one of the bracket that the battery sits in has slightly come away, and he thinks it'll either be a welding job, or he said, we'll give you a new bike. This isn't right, we shouldn't have to put up with this, you've only just bought it. But I must say, it is a lovely bike. Apart from that happening, it's a lovely bike, it really is. I've done about 50 miles on it. I've rode up the Streatham Bridge the other day on it, giving it a test out. I've rode along to the West Pier a couple of times. I've rode to Littlehampton and back, and it's a dual battery bike, so it really does hold the battery well. Obviously it'll be more of a test when I go fishing. It's a cargo bike, so it's got a big luggage rack on the back of it. I bought a big box that will sit on the back where I can put my backpack, my bags, all the stuff I take that are all on handlebars on my normal bike. I can put in this box, and then I'll have I should get a small basket for the front of the bike, and on the front I should probably just use that to put my maggots in, because the box on the back has got a lid on it which I'll have on, but you can't put your maggots in there of course, otherwise they're won't be able to breathe, will they? So I will use the basket on the front of the bike to put my little bucket or little box with my maggots in, or any live bait like worms and stuff. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really looking forward to using it for fishing. It's got about 4 or 5 settings on it. I will show it to you, obviously, when I get it, or when I go fishing. I'll show it to you close up so you get a really good look of it. It's a lovely bike, as I say. It's on the heavy side, it's very heavy, so I'm not going to be able to lift it over fences or gates. That's one drawback from it. So I'm only going to be able to fish on parts of the river where I haven't got to lift my bike over, because in the past I've been lifting this bike, my mountain bike, over all sorts to get the places, but this one I won't be able to. But my God, 8.5 move, I tell you. There's no effort in riding it at all, but obviously it'll be different once I've got all my fishing stuff on there. But there's about 4 or 5 different modes on this bike. I think you've got eco mode, you've got sports mode, you've got another one with sports on it, sports something, tour mode, and then there's the one that's the top mode, which I've been riding it on eco mode, which is the lowest one, which is a more like a battery saving mode. But even on that, it's flipping brilliant, I tell you. So it's so effortless to ride on. It's almost, it's you have to pedal, but it really does move. It takes all the effort away. Obviously, when I take all my fishing gear with all my fishing stuff on it, I'll have it on a higher mode, especially going up the Downs Link. Up there's 2 or 3 steep hills to go up there, but this will do it, no problem, absolutely no problem. And that's what I've got it for, basically, for fishing, to make it a lot easier for myself, for going fishing, because I'm definitely not giving up going fishing up the river because of all this. No way. I love it fishing up there so much, and I've really missed it. I've been watching a lot of other people's videos, which has been brilliant. Yeah, watching their videos, but it's made me want to go even more. So I can't wait to go. So onto the fishing. As I haven't got my bike back yet. I've only taken it down there this morning, but I thought I'd take it down there. I still could have used it with the battery as it is, but it was rattling. You could move this battery around, and it's a little bit awkward. There's two batteries, one at the front, one at the back, and they're not easy to take off. You unlock them and you have to fiddle about with them to get them off, and they're not easy. But I think once I've done it a few times, I'll be all right. And you've got to keep them charged up, but apparently not charged up full. It's better to charge them up 75% or something like that. It saves the battery a bit more. But anyway, I'm getting to get the hang of it anyway. I will do after a while. So onto the fishing. I can't go, even if I had my e-bike, I couldn't go any further than Streatham at the moment, because they're resurfacing the Downs link up there between Streatham Bridge and Lower Station Road up at Henfield. So that section at the moment is out of bounds. The only way I could get up to somewhere like Betley and that is by going up the Small Dole Road, and I don't really want. Well, I would do, if I have to do that, I will, but I can't go anywhere at the moment because I ain't got my e-bike. But once I've got it back, I think I'm looking at, what's it now, 18th of September. I think you're looking at, I would give it around the beginning of October. I'd give it another couple of weeks, and then I'll be fishing again on the river. I won't. There will be days when I won't be able. I won't be so flexible as I was before, because obviously you never know when I'm going to get a phone call or a text saying I've got to go into Worthing Hospital or the doctors or somewhere like that. But at the moment, I've only got one appointment, which is next Wednesday at Worthing for this flow test. So it ain't all this stuff about radiotherapy isn't for another 3 months. That's what I understand anyway, another 3 or 4 months. So I'll have plenty of days where I can go fishing. So that's basically what's happening at the moment. I'm hoping to go fishing, well, I'm definitely going fishing in October. I'm looking to go fishing early October, probably the first week, might be the second week. But I'm going to have to choose my places a little bit more now, because I'll have to go through all the stretches. I mean, Andrew's done a bit of that for me. He's jotted it all down and sent me a message, a text, a Facebook message saying what parts of the river you need to lift your bike over. I know most of them anyway, but you know, it's very helpful. So any places where I've got to lift my bike over gates or fences is out. I won't be doing that. So that basically means Betley Bridge on the west side. I think it's the west side, on the near side, not on the east side, because the gate's been put back there at the moment, so I won't be able to get over there. I won't be able to get through there, unfortunately. But I can fish on one side of Betley Bridge. I can fish on the other side of the bridge itself, where I've fished on the 2 sessions I've had this season, where I had those bream. The only 2 sessions I've had so far this season. Can't believe it, mid-September now, and I've only been out twice. But yeah, I can fish there as long as he doesn't put that gate back again. Is it a kissing gate or something? One of those gates which is, there's no way I can get a bike through there. At the moment I think it's accessible, so that's all right to fish at the moment. And even if I can't, then I could fish that area opposite the other side of Betley Bridge. I can fish there, the Falk side of Betley Bridge, if I go down Stone Pit Lane, is it, and enter from the Falk entrance. So I can go through the gate at the Falk, and then, you know, where the car park is, onto the river. I'm not sure, I don't think there's a gate that I have to lift my bike over. There is a gate, but I think it opens, if I remember rightly. I think it is, and I think I can get up there that way. Or I can fish at the Falk. I can fish at the Falk, I can fish at New Inn, I can fish at Stretton, I can fish at the lock. Not sure about Sachem. So really, there's only a few places I can't fish. Chess Stream is a bit of a problem. Further up, I can fish. I think I can fish. No, I can't fish. Chess Stream is a bit of a problem. Chess Stream is a bit of a problem because of the gate. The gate at both ends. There's a gate by Betley Bridge at the beginning of Chess Stream, which obviously I can't get my bike over that, so that's out. And if I wanted to fish the top end of Chess Stream, upstream, there's a gate there as well. So I think Chess Stream's out of the question, really, to be honest. Honeybridge Stream, that's definitely fishable. I can definitely fish that. There's two gates, but they're both gates that open, so there's no problem there. So that shouldn't be an issue. So Honeybridge is fishable, but obviously that for me isn't until about December time, once you know, the access is better on the bank. So I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. There's quite a bit to say, and I think that's basically it, really. As I say, I feel absolutely fine in myself. It's just the side effects. It's a bit of a pain in the neck, you know, having to keep going to the hospital, going to the doctors and that for different things and that. But they're really on it. You know, they said they're really hoping that all this stuff will at the very least, keep it under control, which they think it will do. They think it will do. So obviously, we're hoping that it will cure me completely, get rid of all of it, and it might well do. It may well do. But if it doesn't, then it will keep it all in check. As I say, that's a good sign that my PSA's gone down, although I think that quite often happens on your first blood test, that it does show that it's going down. I think sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can go down, but it's gone down, and he said that's very good. So well, you know, that cheered me up, because it's no fun sitting there in that bloomin' waiting room in the hospital. I tell you, it's horrible. It's one thing having all this problem, you know, having these problems, but when you're sitting there in the waiting room in the hospital, especially if your appointment, like mine, was 9:40 yesterday morning, and I think it was about 5 to 10, but sometimes you're sitting there when I got seen, but sometimes you can be sitting there for a good half hour or more over your appointment, and it's bad enough with the problems you've got without sitting there, you know, thinking about it all in your mind and that. What's he going to say when I go in there? Is he going to say something bad that's going to, you know, it is horrible. It's a blooming relief. It's a blooming relief when you come out of there, I tell you. It really is. But it was, you know, I was, although I've got this problem in the rib, it isn't anything that they can't treat, and that's good. So it's radiotherapy. Continue having these injections every 4 weeks, and he said we're getting on it, and yeah, just keep doing what you want to do. Your cycling, your fishing. He did say don't do too much. Well, don't do any mountain biking, but I know the Downslink is a little bit up and down a bit, but you know, if I take it carefully on there, it's not so bad on my e-bike, on this e-bike, because it can really take the bumps and that quite well. But yeah, he said carry on riding, carry on fishing. He said, and just do things. Definitely keep active. Do all the things you were doing before. Just don't overdo it, which is what I was doing, really, on my other bikes. Although, as I say, I could have carried on doing that for several years. You know, I could have done, and I would have done, if it wasn't for this problem that I've got now. But I'm getting it all sorted, and hopefully I'll be back on the bank again. Well, I will. Back on the bank again in a couple of weeks' time, 2 or 3 weeks' time, filming my sessions again. I've got to remember how to blooming use the camera again, because it's been so long since I used the camera and all that. But I really look forward to going. I don't care if I don't catch anything on the first session. I just want to get back to fishing again. I just want to see that float, you know, see that float on the surface or the feeder, whatever, where you know, I'll think of what I'm going to do and where I'm going to be fishing when it gets nearer the time. But enough of me waffling on. I thought I'd let you know what's going on, because so it's been ages since I've put a video up about what's going on and everything. And once again, thank you so much for all the messages, really do appreciate it. And all those of you that are subscribed to my channel and stuck with me all this time when I haven't been putting videos up. But it won't be long now before my fishing videos will be back up again. Alan's Angling Adventures is coming back in October, so I look forward to that, and you know, hopefully we can catch a few fish. So from me, I'll see you again on the bank in October, and I'll show you my e-bike a bit closer up then. Bye for now.